Powerful protection of all new Excalia fungicide from Valent USA. Here to shield your peanuts from the treachery of white mold, Excalia delivers excellent staying power, keeping your peanuts from being conquered, even under heavy pressure. Stay one step ahead of peanut white mold with the powerful protection of Excalia. Ask your retailer or visit valent.com/Excalia. Always read and follow label instructions.
This season, get medieval on peanut white mold with the powerful protection of the all-new Excalia fungicide from Valent USA. With superior staying power, Excalia keeps your peanuts from being conquered by white mold, even under heavy pressure. So ask your local retailer or visit valent.com/Excalia to learn more. I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
We'll have variable cloudiness today with a high of 73 to 76, then mostly cloudy tonight, low this evening, 56 to 61. Mostly cloudy Tuesday, high tomorrow of 72 to 78, then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday all will have a mix of clouds and sunshine. High Wednesday, 69 to 74, Thursday, 67 to 72, Friday, 68 to 71, chance for rain late Friday night. From the Florida Weather Center in Hollywood.
Hey, the best deals of this new year are waiting for you right now at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. Do you need proof? Well, how about this? It's camellia time, and Bob Wine's has them by the hundreds, no, by the thousands, starting with his famous budded and blooming heirloom camellias. They start at just $9.99. And yes, those shade-loving Super Japonica camellias, they're beginning to bloom right now, and they're just $19.99. And yes, it's time to plant trees, and Bob Wines has a super selection. They're all low-priced shade trees. You buy one, you get one at half price. The same is true for citrus trees. Buy one, get one at half price. So start your year right with a wonderful visit to this 5-acre garden. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens. They're on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala, away from all the traffic, in the same blooming place since 1952.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back on a Monday. Excuse me. Welcome back on a Monday to Ocala Talks. It's a chilly Monday, but it's going to warm up to the mid-60s. Weather to dip, though. The weather's going to take a dip midweek. Plenty of sunshine, though. Forecast models from the National Weather Service show overnight lows mostly hover in the low to mid-40s. Today it'll be 72 and mostly sunny. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 55. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high near 70. Tomorrow night, lows will be around 46. Wednesday, partly cloudy with highs in the mid-60s. Wednesday night, lows will be around 40 degrees. Thursday, sunny with a high near 65. Thursday night, the low will be 43 degrees around there. Friday, it's going to be mostly sunny. As it starts to warm back up, it'll be 69 to 70 degrees. Friday night, there's a 20% chance of showers, a low around 44 as a cold front moves through, and then sunny on Saturday with a high of 60 degrees. So that's your week in a look at your week in weather. That's according to the National Weather Service for the Ocala area. So, you know, got that to look for. Look forward to this week. Sunny, but, you know, seasonable. The mid-60s and mid-40s, that's about where we're supposed to be right about this time. I saw this, and it didn't say who they were investigating, but the story relays to you who they're investigating. 25 people under investigation for Capitol riots. There was about 6,000 people that marched on the Capitol, so to say only 25 were under investigation, but these are different 25. 25 people are under investigation for terrorism-related charges due to last Wednesday's siege at the Capitol. This according to a defense official. Representative Jason Crow, a Democrat of Colorado and a former Army Ranger, said he spoke with Army Secretary Ryan McCarthy on Sunday and was told that at least 25 domestic terrorism cases have been opened by the Defense Department as a result of the assault on the Capitol. Why the Defense Department? Well, the Defense Department is looking at troops that may have been involved. The official said some of the troops, active or on reserve duty, may have been involved in the riot, and the military is investigating them. Those under investigation for domestic terrorism are suspected of taking part in the insurrection that shut down Congress. As we know, 5 people have died from that. One man took his own life through suicide a few days afterwards. The Justice Department said we are engaged in identifying all of those who took part in the breach of the Capitol, regardless of their affiliation. The Pentagon has also been asked to review all members who will be part of the security detail for the January 20th inauguration to assure they're not sympathetic to domestic terrorism. So it looks like the Defense Department now is looking in to see if some of their own active or reserve duty military were involved in the breaking and entering of the U.S. Capitol. And by the way, if they were, they should be prosecuted. I'm on record as saying anybody that broke into the Capitol, that gained entry by breaking doors and illegally entering the Capitol, should be prosecuted. It's the same thing I said about anybody that illegally gained entry into police stations and burnt them down, or illegally gained entry into Target and looted and set it on fire. Illegally gained entry and took over an 8-block area of a downtown city in America and forced its will on people that you couldn't enter or exit. People that lived in that area had to either do what the people holding the area said or face the consequences. Anybody that does that should be prosecuted. The mainstream media, however, doesn't agree. Oh, these were just people that were exercising their free speech rights to tell you they were upset with how police handle relationships with African Americans. It was a powder keg that was bound to explode because of the years and years of the way police brutality has treated the African American community. It was to be expected. Hello, why wasn't this to be expected? After years and years of abuse from the political system, I pay thousands of dollars in taxes. People pay thousands of dollars in taxes every year so that our representatives that we duly elect to do the job of representing us in Washington can then go and delve out billions of dollars to foreign entities. And you didn't see this coming, that people will eventually get pissed off about it? It's a double standard. I have no problem with prosecuting anybody that took to kicking in doors, breaking windows, and gaining entry to the Capitol illegally. Prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law. But prosecute the people who took over police stations and burnt them to the ground, people that took over downtown Seattle, people that took over Walmarts and Targets and burnt them down, people that burnt Wendy's down for no reason. Prosecute them as well to the fullest extent of the law. That's all I'm asking. I don't think it's too unusual of a request. 622-9622 is the number to call to tell me whether you agree with that or you think that I'm just completely a moron. Because if you think I'm completely a moron, in my opinion, you're part of the problem. The issue here is, why does one get a free pass and the other one doesn't? Twitter, Facebook, Instagram doing the same thing, giving one person a pass and not the other. They've outlawed Donald Trump from being on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And by the way, I have said, you can ask any of my friends that I hang out with, ask my girlfriend, anybody that would listen. I've said numerous times, the worst thing, in my opinion, Donald Trump had access to was Twitter. if he'd just stay off Twitter. But I want it to be his choice. Somebody advises him to do it, and he decides to do it, not Twitter saying, nope, can't have him on there. Because Twitter allows the Ayatollah of Iran on there all the time, and he talks about death to Americans. That's fine. Kathy Griffin can go on Instagram and show a mock photo of her chopping off Donald Trump's head. That's fine. There are numerous Facebook pages. If you don't believe me, go look them up. There are numerous Facebook pages that promote pedophilia on Facebook. Why aren't they being shut down? We're in a crazy time right now, folks, where private business or publicly traded businesses, let's get that right, publicly traded businesses can make decisions on who and who not can use can have access, who can and who cannot have access to their platforms. Well, Tom, that's the way it should be. Private business, okay. But what's to stop Google from getting into, I don't know, let's say the T-shirt business, because Google owns T-shirt businesses. What's to stop Google if a competing T-shirt business comes up with a great app, Google says, yeah, we're not putting that app on our platform because we sell T-shirts. They can do that. That's what they did this weekend by taking Parler off. We don't agree, so we're taking you off. Is that what we want? And I'm not a person that thinks regulation is, I'm not a big regulation guy, I'm a small government guy. But are we going to allow platforms such as Google, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Stitch, which are so ingrained into the functioning of America nowadays, whether you like it or not, it's the truth. Are we going to allow them to dictate what we can and cannot have access to because they may or may not like it? Because that's where we're at right now. That's exactly where we are right now. 622-9622 is the number to call. Tom at WOCA is the email to send to if you want to tell me how you think I'm an idiot. It's okay with me. 622-9622. We'll take your calls after this timeout. You're listening to Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM with WOCA, the source.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY